Okay, well, welcome back to CS 232. This is going to be another short video. We're just going over the basics of input and how to use it. So just going from the beginning here, this is from R.B. Whitaker's book. You should have read this chapter. This is chapter 8. So the basic input is console.readline, and this is what you need to read from the command line. So by now, probably most of you have figured out how to already do this, but I wanted to just dissect what you use to make it happen. You can assign console.readline to any string value. So for example, string user input equals console.readline pulls from the console a string. That's a string because when you type on the command line, you're typing ASCII valued things. In other words, it's basically a string. So what you can do is you can take that and convert it to anything you want. So from there you have to convert to a useful thing such as an integer. So to do that you can use int user input as number equals convert to int 32, and that will actually give a user input as 32-bit number. So basically that turns it into an int. As I said, most of you have probably already figured out how to do this, and I'll show you how in an example coming up here. So the real-world example Whitaker used was a program that computes some facts about a cylinder. So I want to show you how to do that quick. You can take his exact code and plug it in to it. Here I can show you how that works. Here's his code. So it basically says, welcome to cylinder calculator. Enter the cylinder's radius. Well, here, I'm just going to run this to show you how it works. Okay, so we're going to say the cylinder's radius is 5.2. Cylinder's height is 10.2. And it computes that the cylinder's volume is 866.476, etc. cubic units, and the surface area is 503.157 square units. So how does that work? Well, we did a read line here. This read line got assigned into this thing called radius as string. From there, we did convert.toDouble and put radius as a string into the parameter. Then we read in the height as string, convert that to a double. Here we used pi, which is 3.141592654. Now in practice, having hard-coded numbers in code is what we call magic numbers, and generally that's a bad thing to do, and we'll talk about that in the following chapters and how you can avoid that with things like constants. If you're already an experienced programmer, you will recognize that as sort of a pitfall of just the fact that we're starting from scratch here. From there, we compute the volume and the surface area just as you'd expect, and we write it out. So the next thing I wanted to show you was just a quick example of computing an attack bonus. This is sort of from a Dungeons & Dragons game. Well, actually, for those of you that are extremely dorky, you would recognize this as basic D&D, not even advanced, from a long, long time ago. Basically, the attack bonus ended up becoming, in that edition, the level plus 18 minus the strength or 0, whichever is higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the user to enter the XP total. I'm going to divide that by 2,000, and then I'm going to enter the strength. So the attack bonus would be the level plus 18 minus the strength, or 0, whichever is higher. So I type that into Xamarin, and this is what I got. Again, just forget the beeping noises. Okay, so take a look at what I've written. We have console.writeLine, welcome to my attack bonus calculator, enter the XP amount. We read in XP as a string. We convert it to an integer. We say enter the string value, we read that in as a string, convert it to an integer. The level is going to be the XP divided by 2,000, which of course is going to round up to be or round down to be an integer. And then our attack bonus is going to be our level plus math.max. So math.max is a function we're going to look at in a couple lectures from now. And basically, I don't want anything less than 0 as a bonus, because it's a bonus, so why would I want anything less than 0? So I take strength minus 15 and 0, whatever is the largest of those two numbers will be used. So if I have strength, for example, of 12, and it's 12 minus 15, that's negative 3, and it would take 0 as the one that goes in there. So let's take a look at how this works. So I'm going to enter my XP amount. Let's say I have 4,000 XP, kind of a second level character here. Say my strength is 18, which is kind of a high level strength. And my attack bonus is 5, because it's level 2 plus 3 over the kind of high end of the strength. And that works. And that's basically all I wanted to show you for today. The next lecture will go on. There's one more lecture for the week 3 makeup stuff, and we'll be talking about, I forgot exactly what we're talking about. Let's check the handy dandy Whitaker book. So we've covered that. We're going to talk about more math, and then we're going to move on to decisions. All right, over and out.